Believe that I'm perfectly audible and visible to you all. Guys, can you see me, hear me? Yes, students, can you see me, hear me? That I'm perfectly audible and Hi everyone, so welcome to Unacademy NEET English, guys. I hope I'm perfectly audible and visible to you all. Yes, students, I hope I'm perfectly audible and visible to you all. If it is a yes, do let me know in the chat section, guys. Do let me know in the chat section, guys. Yes, so guys, finally it is the D day, right? And we hope, right? I'm really hoping that we'll get a good news, right? It should be good for all the students. This is what I believe. So guys, you know that, right? That hearing is about to start. Okay, so judges, they are on basically on a lunch break, so they can come in any minute. Like you can say that we have to wait for 5 to 10 minutes and the hearing will start. So let's talk about the flow of the hearing. So let me tell you, students, firstly they will talk about the Re-NEET. Okay, so you can see it here live. Okay, you will be able to hear everything, right? You can see it live. So firstly they are going to talk about the Re-NEET 2024. They will also talk about the wrong grace marks, and then finally last, right, at last they are going to discuss about the petition related to no Re-NEET. Okay, so we will get the clarity today. Okay, we are going to get the clarity today. Okay, right? So what we have to do, we have to just hear it carefully, and even after this particular live hearing, right, whatever pointers they are going to provide us, I am going to discuss that with you all. And just before the lunch break, because I was hearing it, right, since morning, you know, I'm active, I'm checking everything. So just before the lunch break, they even discussed the matter related to the Meghalaya. Okay, so finally, because you know that, right, last time, whenever we got the verdict from the Supreme Court side, they mentioned it that okay, fine, that the students who got the grace marks, right, 1563 students, those students who got the grace marks, they are allowed to write the NEET examination again. But nobody was talking about the Re-NEET, nobody was talking about the issues that students of Meghalaya faced, right, bache? So it's not about the supremacy of our channel, right, bache, but actually we were the first one who were addressing it again and again, who start addressing it from the day 1 itself, on the 5th May itself, right, bache? So no one was talking about it, because in Meghalaya, right, in many centers different question papers were distributed. So ideally that students, they deserve that normalization, but nobody talked about it. First thing. Secondly, bache, in some of the centers, you know, the exam it was distributed very late. It was not the delay of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right, the delay of 40 minutes and 1 hour as well. And this is what they discussed also. Okay, this is what they discussed also. Let me tell you this thing, students. Okay, and you know that students, they didn't get the chance to write the exam again, so that's why one petition is related to that also. So hopefully after the lunch break, judges are going to discuss that also. So you tell me, what do you want and what you people are expecting? And do we have any student from the Meghalaya here? Yes, do we have any student for the Meghalaya here? Guys, be quick. Do we have any student from the Meghalaya here? Yes. Guys, see, I cannot comment, and I don't think that my opinion matters. So I cannot say that Re-NEET should be there or not. But yes, one thing is there. So I think, guys, they are going to resume. Okay. So yeah, one thing is there for sure, that they need to consider all the possibilities. They should consider all the things, right? If there is CBI investigation, and you know, if they present something like there is a paper leak at mass level, then I cannot say anything can happen. But let's just wait, right? Let's just wait, because they also postponed the counseling. So we have to wait. So yes, we have the students from Meghalaya as well. Good. Right. So finally, you know, I'm really happy to see that somebody is talking about it here. Okay, so let's hope for the best, guys. Let's hope for the best. And moreover, guys, see, even if you are preparing for NEET 2025, and even whatever you are hoping, one thing that I can assure you is that we all are here for you, right? The team Avengers is there with you all, and on YouTube itself, right, on Unacademy NEET English itself, we have started our YouTube series. Okay, bache, right? You know that the Achievers batch is live right there on the YouTube. We are taking the classes of that also, right, and there will be proper classes, there will be a proper schedule for that classes, right. So already Phoenix 3.0 batch is already live, right. You want to join us on the Plus platform, which is very good because there will be a proper decorum of that, right. That is very good. You can join us there, and even link is given in the description box. But other than that, if you want to watch us live on YouTube, bache, so you know that we have started a series on YouTube as well. Okay. Yes, one point is here. I am reading the charts, and that's a valid point, that students who are scoring 200 or 300 exams for this particular year, right, they want Re-NEET, right. They want Re-NEET. That's a fact. Some students who are thinking that, okay, fine, last time we got 200, 300 marks, we will study, right, we'll work hard and we will definitely crack. If Re-NEET occur, bache, that's not going to happen, right. I'm not saying that, you cannot crack it again. No, that's not what I'm saying. But yes, even if you're thinking about the Re-NEET, they are going to provide you a duration, and that will not be for more than 3 months. Right. So in that time period, okay, in that time period, you have to complete your syllabus, which is again a challenging task. Okay, you can do it, but again you have to work hard. Okay. So anything else? Right. Bache dekho, lunch break was till 2. Okay, so I cannot comment here. So you just wait for few minutes. So anything else, guys? Anything else? So what are you thinking? What are you preparing? What have you decided? Yes, bache, right? Arey, just wait for next 5 or 10 minutes. They'll come. If you are getting 623 marks, then why do you need Re-NEET? Guys, see, I literally cannot comment what is going to happen, to be very honest, right. Let's hope for the best. Let's wait for, right. Let's wait for that decision, okay. Let's wait for that decision. This point is valid, bache. Even if you will ask me, right, they should shift this paper to the online mode. That will be better, according to me. That will be better. Yes. So let's wait. Yes, students, let's wait. Okay. I think judges are about to come. Yes, students, judges are about to come. Let's hope for the best. So you can see it live, right? We will discuss all the pointers, right, bache? And let's hope for the best. Okay, let's hope for the best. So that case is basically case number 31. So, you know, they have that 31.1, 31.2, 31.9. And yes. One more thing was there, students. One more thing was there, like someone filed the petition and now they want to withdraw it. Right. So, let's see what is that. Let's see what is that. Okay. Let's see. So, I'll make sure that I'll note down all the points. Right. Don't worry about it. Okay, so finally they are about to start, guys. Hope for the best, hope for the best, hope for the best.
Okay. Just some one bail matter. We'll just finish that so that then we'll just.
Is it audible to you all?
If somebody's here, then we'll start NEET, of course.
Guys, they are starting NEET. Please listen to it very carefully.
Somebody is appearing 34. And you are appearing for the petitioner or respondent?
Respondent.
Give bail here.
It is 9,000.
That has been framed.
Whereas the charges been previewed.
He's been in jail since 16 November 22.
But it's more than commercial quantity, Miraj. 9,000 bottles.
9,000 bottles of sensible syrup.
But commercial quantity is one.
Yes, we saw this.
They're about to start it, guys. They're about to start it. Please have patience.
The petitioner. The petitioner has been denied bail in connection with FR number 252, which could have detailed below. Dated 16 November 22, lodged at yes district, Shilawar. Full stop. Charges, full stop. The allegation is that the petitioner was the owner of the truck. He's the owner of the truck, right, man?
Yes.
Is the owner of the of a truck, which was alleged to be used for the transport of 9,075 bottles of fentanyl.
It's a different case that they are discussing, guys. Okay.
Custody.
So just allow some time and then they'll start. Okay, just allow some time, then they'll start.
How many witnesses are there? What is the focus?
22 witnesses are there.
Though charges have been framed, the prosecution proposes to examine 22 witnesses, which are considering the above facts and circumstances, an early resolution, an early conclusion of the trial.
Right now they are not talking about NEET. Okay. Right now they are not talking about NEET. Okay, don't worry about it.
NDPS Act. Here is the view that the petitioner should be released on bail, subject to such terms and conditions as may be imposed by the trial court. Accordingly, the petitioner is directed to be released on bail, subject to such terms and conditions as may be imposed by the Sessions Court. If the charges are being framed and the synopsis to the exception scan, we'll dispose of that.
Guys, wait. They are not discussing NEET. They are about to discuss it. We'll definitely tell you. Just wait.
I'm sorry, I just noticed the division bench has remanded the matter back to the single judge.
The problem is the division bench overlooks the fact that this is provisional release, which your lordships have directed in a series of matters. All are I'm surprised that only from this one matter in Kolkata did the customs file an appeal. There are more than 200 cases from Telangana and Madras where no appeals have been filed, provisional releases have been ordered. It's 97 second hand.
Re-NEET is the only solution. No guys, just wait for some time. We are not the judges.
Provisional though. That's all I'm seeking. Just let it be released so I can utilize it. And the other orders will also be your lordships. One is at page 46. I'm sorry, I think the 3-page should be page 49, 43, page 43. And the second one, which is dated 11th August 21 minutes, page 125.
Yes, bache. I'll tell you.
In each of these, your lordships.
Guys, it's okay. It's fine. If audio is not clear to you, I will repeat all the pointers. As of now, they are not talking about NEET. Okay. As of now, they are not talking about NEET.
The High Court has relied on its own judgment.
Has relied on its own judgment. That judgment has not been challenged.
Wait, guys, wait.
Judgment says, if your lordship sees
No, the division bench relied on its own appeal judgment, saying
on its own judgment,
and remanded the matter.
correct, in which at para 3, which is extracted para 3 at page 2, this sentence comes.
I hope it's better
The
now.
issue involved in the case has to be considered before directing provisional release of the goods. But that's putting cart before the horse. You provisionally release it subject to conditions and then decide the legal issue. That's what your lordships have done in case after case.
Just wait for 1 minute. They'll start it. Yes, students, just wait for some time and they are about to start. Okay?
We'll issue notice. We'll issue notice to the come back after 2 weeks. Issue notice returnable on liberty to serve the central agency in addition.
I'm good.
What are the conditions on which the single judge that released the goods? Bank guarantee or deposit or what is this?
Two conditions. One is that the additional customs duty will be paid by us.
Is it better
The second
now?
is
Is it
that
better,
10%
students?
of the total
My
price
mic is
is a
here
bank
now.
guarantee that we would have paid.
Speaker of this.
That 10% is
I
in
hope
fact
it's
not a
fine now.
condition imposed by the Madras High Court, Telangana, your lordships, etc. But we are willing to pay that as well.
Yes.
I'm good.
Item 40.
Has service been
I-
completed?
I appear for the petitioner in item 40, my lord.
Because I appear for the respondent, my lords.
Mr. Behram Kamden, should we appoint an arbitrator here?
Because I'll tell my lords my objections, my lords. Here, if you see respondents number 2 and 3, my lords, they are individuals and they have not signed the arbitration agreement at all. They are just directors of, respondent 2 was a director of respondent.
Guys, they are not talking about the NEET as of now, right? Our case is case number 31. 31 point, further point 1, point 2, point 3, like this. Okay, so they are not discussing the NEET right now. Okay, they are not discussing the NEET right now. You please wait for some time. Okay.
It's a limited. It's an LLC.
It's an LLC, man.
Yes, it's a company in Dubai, my lords.
May I,
We are individuals, my lord.
may I interject, my lord? My lord, we have been served with certain counter affidavits.
Shareholders of R1, my lords. R1 is the corporate entity. It's an LLC. The arbitration agreement is only between the applicant.
You are for the.
For R3, my lord. I'm also a shareholder like R2 is.
So you are saying that you are only a shareholder. There's no question of impleading you.
Question of, I haven't consented to the arbitration agreement. I haven't signed up to the arbitration agreement.
Who's for the petitioner, Mr. Navdeep?
My lord, I am appearing for the petitioner. We were served with counter affidavits of behalf of respondent 2 and 1, 2 and 3 yesterday. I seek to file a rejoinder on those points. I'm not sure if
Why should we can appoint an arbitrator as between you and the first respondent?
my lord, the issue is that the impleadment of the second and the third respondent is
Guys, even judges now, they know that NEET matter is going to take the time, right? So as of now, they are considering other matters. Okay, so I told you about the flow already. Okay, I'm again mentioning it. Once they'll start the hearing related to the NEET, right? They are going to talk about the Re-NEET 2024 first. They are going to talk about the wrong grace marks, and then finally, right, about the Re-NEET. Okay, so I know that maybe you are not able to hear it properly, but guys, allow us some time. Okay, so they didn't start that NEET hearing yet, so just wait. So till then, you tell me what you people are thinking. Yes, see, in my chart section, I have many, I can say that the national issues, but I cannot discuss it right now, obviously. So let's focus on the NEET only, guys. Let's focus on the NEET only. Okay, so don't worry, let's hope for the best, guys. Let's hope for the best. I have to listen to it as well. No,
The arbitration clause.
so This is something, you know, case 40. Okay, and R is 31 point something. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. So you tell me, guys, what are you doing? What are you up to? Right? Are you, have you started the NEET preparation or what's going on? Do let me know, guys. Do let me know. Okay, so I can see in my chat section people are talking about the Re-NEET, no Re-NEET, right? Let's see, hope for the best. Hope for the best, guys. But if you're thinking now that Re-NEET is a chance to save your year, but it is not, right? If you have worked hard, right? If you have studied, okay, bache, then that time will be sufficient for you for the revision. Otherwise, it will be a problematic situation, okay? Okay? Matlab, what are you so okay, some students started preparing for the NEET 2025. Okay, that's good. That's good. Even we are also waiting for the judgment, guys. We are literally waiting for the judgment. So tell me, are you preparing for something? You started preparing for NEET, or are you preparing for something else, or you are taking admission somewhere? Whatever it is, right? Till then we can discuss that. I don't think that you are interested in hearing it. If you are na, then see, you can.
Arbitration agreement admittedly is between the petitioner and the first responder. Stop. The arbitration clause in the agreement is not in dispute. Stop. Parties have agreed that a sole arbitrator may be appointed in regard to the nature of the claims and disputes. Stop.
Okay, guys, so if you have started preparing for the NEET 2025, you know that Phoenix 3.0 batch is live. Plus,
so we have somebody from Mumbai.
Lord, I please humbly request if some time can be given to file a rejoinder. There are some serious facts that would need to be put on the record.
Yes.
I have received the counter.
So guys, if you have started preparing for the NEET 2025, you know that on YouTube also we have started the series and we have the batch also, so you can prepare accordingly, right? And if you want guidance on any other course, right, bache, you can just let me know in the comment section of my videos. Definitely I will check it and I'll make a video on that. Okay, I'll make a video on that. But if you are still confused what to do, what not to do, we'll wait for today and then we'll start. No, you're wasting your time. You have to decide one thing and then you have to follow that. Okay, students? Yes. My opinion about NEET 2024, honestly, it doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter. Okay? Chaliye, let's wait for the next case. They are about to start, guys. Now let's hear it.
This examination.
Yes, they started it.
This communication. The result was to be declared on 14th of June 2024. Whereas they declared the result 4th of June 2024. So they preponed it for what reason that I don't know. But in February 24, they said result on 14th of June. 3rd of April. There is one private counseling entity called College Kaka. They sent an email to NTA that there are people who are claiming that this OMR scam is happening, whereby certain scamsters had solicited filling up of OMR sheet on behalf of desired beneficiary candidate after the conduct of NEET exam. But this mail is on record, but I have placed it on record. 3rd of April. Exam was 5-5. Ultimately, this scam happened, which is admitted for.
What is the first day you said NTA issued an online application form for the NEET UG?
Correct.
On 9th February, confirming the date of declaration of result on the NTA website as 14 June.
Correct.
So results were to be declared on 14 June.
That's what they said on 9th
February. Then this comes this email. Then what is 4th of April?
Lord, 4th of April is the league of exam, because exam is, this is unauthorized release of NEET question paper has been I'm sorry, it's 4th of May, my lord. I'm sorry, my lord. My lord, kindly correct. Just a day before the exam, my lord, there was a telegram channel. My lord, we have that video also, probably that need to be given to CBI. On 4th of May, a telegram channel on the mobile app disclosed that this is the question paper and these are the answers, which have been found by the Bihar police.
Guys, they are talking about all the issues, right? Just wait for some time.
Then on the same day, on 5/5/2024, on the same day, NTA issued a press release dated so and so acknowledging the issue of incorrect distribution of questions paper, which resulted in a significant loss of time for the candidates at one examination center only, that is Girls Higher Secondary Model School, Mandir, so town, Savai Madhopur, Rajasthan. The NTA assured that except this at one center, the examination commenced smoothly and peacefully at all other examination centers across the country. Relevant to note that the NTA conducted exam of those students on the very same day by giving extra time. But this is one incident.
Guys, they are not audible. Just wait. They are talking about.
There are two set of questions papers are prepared by NTA. One was the alternative, which was to be used in a contingency, was to be kept in Canara Bank. The one which was to be used was to be kept in SBI. Here what happened? They distributed the question paper by taking it from Canara Bank.
Okay.
And then they realized that no, this is not the question paper to be used. So they took that paper back, question paper back, gave it to again, which was taken from the SBI. This led to loss of time. So it is NTA's case that the same day it was deducted. So there was loss of time. And we held the examination again the same day for 120 students. This is how they deal with it. Then next, various instances of NEET UGC 2024 paper leak reported, and the first information report of FIR number so and so is lost at Shastri Nagar, Patna, Bihar under 407 so and so by the Patna police.
So guys, just right now they are muted. Let me tell you, right, they are mentioning that even in the month of April, a private entity, you know, they sent a mail to NTA, right, that there is something related to the OMR and everything, you know, the paper is getting leaked, like there is something, right, something is fishy. This is what they have sent. They have sent a mail in the month of April. Okay, and now they have also mentioned that you know, the result, right, it was supposed to come on 14th of June, but they declared it on 4th of June. This is what they have addressed. Secondly, you know, they also mentioned one more thing, and that is that there is a, you know, in a Telegram channel, videos are there, and Bihar police is also having that, where, you know, the question paper was provided and, you know, solutions were there. So this is what they have addressed right now. And moreover, you know that NTA has mentioned, you know, the first notice that came out. Yes, guys. Do you remember the first notice that came out, that only in one center, that is Madhopur, Rajasthan, right? In that center only, there is a, you know, the chaotic situation was there, paper leak was there, not the paper leak, but some students, they came early, right? You remember that? Do you remember that, guys? If it is a yes, do let me know in the chat section. Do let me know in the chat section. So here, Mr. Advocate, I don't know his name, obviously. So he mentioned one thing that, you know, there are two question papers, right? So he said that one question paper was kept in the SBI bank and another was kept in the Canara bank. Okay, so let's say there is a kind of contingency question paper, like let's say if there is something happened, so they can use another question paper, right? Just say there are two sets of paper, right? One which need to be distributed to the students, and other that they will keep as a stock. Okay, just 1 minute.
The Economic and Cybercrime Division Bihar has released the fresh note dated so and so. In the said note, the Economic and Cybercrime Division Bihar Police has...
I'll explain it, just allow me 2 minutes.
The investigation from the Bihar Police after considering the prima facie evidence of pre-planned involvement of organized gang in this case. 17th of May, against the incident of paper leak, the present writ petition was filed and notice was issued. 4th of June 2024, after the NPA declared the result of NEET UG 4 on 4th of June 2024, that is 10 days prior to the scheduled date of announcement of result, that is 14th of June 2024.
Is it audible to you?
Immediately after issuing the final answer key, it is highly suspicious and at the said result that 67 candidates scored 720 marks out of a maximum of 720, that is 100% marks in a highly competitive examination, and achieved a conjoint All India rank of 1 out of these 67 candidates. 6 are from the same center. Apart from the said NTA awarded irregular marks, that is 718 and 719 to the candidate, which is mathematically not possible. Allow me to explain here. But it is for the first time at the bottom. I have also given a table on the next page of this chart. The table indicates that in 2020, there was only one candidate who could secure 100% marks, that is 720 out of 720. In 21, there were 3 candidates. 22, there was one candidate. 23, there were 2 candidates. This time, for the first time in history, 67 candidates got 100% marks. It has never happened earlier. More surprisingly, I will take Miller to the result declared.
Now, out of these 67, how many candidates were the beneficiaries of the award of the grace marks?
6. No one. Huh? 6 candidates. I'm sorry.
Because what happened was, it appears from what your list of dates says, 1563 candidates belong to those centers where wrong question paper set was handed over.
Guys, it's important. Please listen.
What happens is, that was only Savai Madhopur. Their case of NTAs, that there were only 100.
Just 1 second. Let us have factual clarity. Is it correct to say that 1563 candidates were belonging to those centers where the wrong set of the question paper was tendered?
One place in. So far as Savai Madhopur was initially some gap in the count of that. This was withdrawn minutes, and subsequently the exam period was extended, and all of them had exam the minutes period that was lost by them.
So the question at Savai Madhopur, the incorrect question paper was withdrawn. The correct.
Fresh papers were given, and
Suppose, my lord,
I was 20.
I get a wrong paper. By the time half an hour has gone, and the examiner realized that it is a wrong paper. But the system is, there are 2 sets of question papers.
I know that, yes.
They are not
set. One was with the SBI, one was kept with the Canara Bank.
But it's not a contingent, with a view to give that surprise element even to the examiners. That it can be Canara Bank, it can be State Bank, either of them. So wrongly one question paper was distributed, which, say for example, took half an hour. So thereafter, my lord, half an hour was extended in some cases, or 3 hours were given.
For Savai Madhopur, so the students were given their full time and the correct question paper was handed over. So the problem arose in the 1563 pertained to 2 centers, one in Haryana and one is Chhattisgarh.
They were given extra time by the minutes.
They were not, and therefore initially a decision was taken to give them grace marks. Thereafter you got representations. Once those representations were made, a grievance redressal committee was set up, and that decided to hold a fresh exam for these 1563 candidates. That Justice Vikramnath's division bench, the bench in the holidays said, let the examination be held.
6 candidates were the top rankers, which got reduced to 1. But the difference with regard to the other also is of a few marks. 7.
So in the 1563, there were 6 candidates who got 720 out of 720.
The grace marks earlier, not after.
Right. Not after the retest.
After the test, it got reduced to 1, but the remaining 5 also were in its range of around.
Oh, I see.
But if I can just point out whatever is falling from the other. Now they say out for.
But
this.
now you are saying that a retest is required.
Correct.
What is the material on the basis of which you seek a retest? What is the basis?
Let me straight away. Hold on. Let me straight away address that issue. The 3 judgments by this Honorable Court, we all have read, which lay down the criteria and the parameters under on which the re-examination.
That's important. Please listen.
My lord, and the other Tanvi Sarwal, and there is another judgment from Tamil Nadu. All three judgments, my lord, the ratio is, if ultimately it is found that the fault was at a systemic level, one, if the integrity of the examination has been compromised, three, if the beneficiaries of the machination of the fraud cannot be identified and segregated from the untainted.
The fault at the systemic level, integrity of the exam.
Level, if the identity of the beneficiaries of the machination, the fraud, cannot be identified and segregated from the untainted. If this is a situation, then this Honorable Court has specifically said we will not allow one candidate who has gotten into the system through unfair means. And we will order for re-examination. That is Tanvi Sarwal, a very detailed judgment, where this Honorable Court found that we have identified 44. That was pre-medical and pre-dental examination, Tanvi Sarwal. This Honorable Court said.
So according to you now, the identification of the beneficiaries of the fraud and the identification of the untainted from the tainted is not possible. And therefore hold a retest. That's your argument.
Why I say so?
Yes.
I have primarily two documents. One is the Bihar Police press note, which says, I want to read that note. And their counter.
Guys, he's asking for Re-NEET. So hear it carefully.
That the fault because the NTA has not followed the standard SOPs. And the scam, in a way, it is saying that the fault is at a systemic level. And it is at a large scale. NTA in the reply says two things. I'll read that relevant part.
Yeah.
NTA says that as of now, we are not sure and we cannot say whether the fault is at the systemic level or not. And also, we do not want to say anything on this, whether it is at a systemic level and what is this sweep of the entire fraud, whether it is confined to 2-3 states or it has gone across the country. Because the matter is under investigation by the CBI. So, for us, it is not possible to say as on today whether the scam is at a systemic level or not. At the same time, in one paragraph, they say, it appears that all this has happened at a minuscule level. They are saying both things. So, once NTA's positive stand is, as of now, we can't say that whether it is at a systemic level or not. Because this Honorable Court, to allow this examination to be sustained, I envisage a finding that yes, there is a possibility of identifying the tainted from the untainted. Fraud is not at a systemic level, and hence let the exam be sustained. At least NTA is not assisting this Honorable Court to reach that conclusion. They say CBI is investigating into the matter. There are 6 FIRs registered in Patna, Delhi, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Jharkhand. There is a 6 FIRs registered at different levels. Now the CBI is investigating it.
So Patna, Delhi, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Jharkhand and Maharashtra.
Maharashtra.
we've tried to compile, Maluts, may I hand over a little list? I have a one-page list of the FIRs. Can I just hand it over?
Now, Milord, allow me to refer to because to begin with, it was
now we take it that the fact that there was a leak of the question paper is an admitted fact.
That's right. Milord, that's what they say. And Milord, I will just straight away to clinch the issue.
At one place in Patna,
All Indian.
Milord, they say one place. Let me, Milord, read their response.
At one place where the persons are arrested and the students who were beneficiaries were identified and their results are withheld. We'll come to the details.
I will read their
response.
So, guys, that
They were initially their own press release in Savai Madhopur. Then another thing was in Savai.
1 second, we hear one person at a time.
Let me Milord, may kindly, Milord, I have placed certain documents by way of an IA in my this petition, that IA number 1.
Which is your petition number? First, what
Milord,
is
the first petition, Milord, writ petition number 335. In this, Milord, there is an IA.
In the additional diary.
141267.
guys, basically they have addressed all the issues, right? That mainly the paper leak was there in Bihar, you know.
Page 292 of this IA is the Economic Enforcement Unit Bihar press release, 23rd of June 2024. Has it page 292? First para, I'll not read the entire. First para simply notices FIR has been registered, 13 people have been arrested. Para 2, the second bullet point. On the basis of, or I read the whole.
Guys, there is a glitch from their end only, right? So just wait for some time. So this lawyer, this advocate is telling us about the Re-NEET, and the another, the one is talking about, is talking from the NTA side, right? So as of now, they are discussing the Bihar case, right? They are telling us that in the Bihar officially, you know, it's proven that it has been proved that paper has been leaked, and they have even arrested few people, right? So now further they are proceeding, right? So let's hear it.
Page, just second bullet point and third bullet point I want to read, Milord. First, simply notices 13 people have been arrested, FIR has been registered. On the basis of information received in technical and scientific research, 2 additional accused who are the main conspirators of the question paper leak at Learn Boys Hostel and Play School located at so-and-so have been arrested, one of whom was hiding along with some suspects in a farmhouse in Devipur police station area in so-and-so Jharkhand. Name of the arrested accused is Baldev Singh alias Chintu, who is associated with the habitual offender of question paper leak scandal, Sanjeev Kumar alias so-and-so. Based on the available evidence, the solved question paper NEET UG 2024 exam held on so-and-so were received on mobile by this gang. Milord, may kindly mark this. So it was being circulated on a mobile phone. And Milord, as I said, it is on a telegram. And Milord, we have a video which was being circulated on 4th of May. According to the investigation, the arrest of accused Baldev Kumar alias Chindu had received PDF file of the sold question paper on his mobile in the morning of 5th May. Printouts were taken out from the Wi-Fi printer kept in the school, and groups of candidates were made to memorize them. So Bihar police is talking of groups of candidates, not 10 candidates or 15 candidates. Now, allow me to skip the next page and page 294, just 2 paragraphs. at page 294.
Guys, just wait. They are talking about the Bihar case right now, the paper leak, and they are saying that many candidates were involved in it. So just wait for some time.
The chain of custody of question papers is being verified. That's what I say at a systemic level. And statements of employees of concerned examination center, SBI Bank branch, and Office of Blue Dot Company have been recorded. Analysis of the prescribed scrutiny standards related to examination provided by NTA, which also include standards of transportation, storage, handover, takeover of the question paper, revealed that these have not been fully complied with by the concerned, due to which tampering with question paper boxes and envelopes could not be detected. Through the thorough investigation is being done regarding at what level and at what time the exact leakage breach has occurred in the entire chain of custody. So, Lord, it is at this level when this investigation was going on.
So students, they are discussing the paper leak related to that Bihar, right? And they are saying Mr. Advocate is saying that it is at mass level. So we cannot say that the 2 or 3 students were there. They are basically reading that Bihar police FIR, which is stating that group of candidates, right? They went to kind of hostel or a place where they were made to remember the answers. Okay, so this is what he is saying. Okay, so judges, they asked them that is the paper leak is there in one state only or in other states too? So he's going to answer from behalf of NTA. So let's wait for that. And they also address the things related to whatever happened in that Madhopur, Rajasthan. So basically, bache, the point is, right, they are saying that 2 sets of question papers are there. One set which was kept in the SBI bank, and it needs to it was the set that should be used. Okay, and one other set was there in the Canara Bank. Okay, so it is considered as that contingent paper, like extra paper, right? So what happened is that in that Madhopur Rajasthan center, right, they by mistake they picked up the question papers from Canara Bank. They need to pick up it from the SBI, but they picked it up from the Canara Bank and they distributed that. So once they realized it, they took it back and then again they distributed it, right? And you know that this is what NTA has mentioned in their circular, that the paper, like the problems were there in that Madhopur Rajasthan, and they have rectified everything, right? So because in that particular center they provided the extra time, and in the evening they conducted the exam again, if you remember, right? If you remember the video of a girl, right, who was giving paper there, right, she mentioned everything, that firstly they provided us the incorrect question paper, then they took it back, and then they again provided us the paper. But some students, they they were against it, and they were like that we should go out and we should not give the paper. And then in that particular center, just a minute guys, just a minute.
At least 6.
Formulate your point that look, the entire credibility of the examination is lost.
Correct.
It is not possible to bifurcate the tainted from the untainted candidate.
That's right.
And therefore hold the examination.
That is my concern.
What is the factual foundation for that argument?
Twofold. One, the investigation, the report, the press note I have read, this is the investigation by the Bihar police, which registered the first FIR with regard to paper leak, and they were on the spot. They started investigating. They found there is a paper leak, and they found that the SOPs were not upheld, complied with, and they were still trying to find out that at what stage and from what source the paper has been leaked. And they indicated the fault at a systemic level. Now, another supporting fact comes from NTA's report available. If I
But
can.
no. First, we are focusing on this, the press note of the Bihar Economic Offences Wing.
Pardon?
But the Bihar, this that you read out.
Correct.
What part of it shows that, well, that this is really a malaise which has affected the entire examination?
May I answer, my lord?
1 second, we'll hear you. Please let him conclude.
This report, as per my understanding, indicates they have found that the standard SOPs which were laid down by NTA for transportation of question papers, etc., was not fully complied with. They found it as a matter of fact that the paper has been leaked. They found it as a matter of fact that the sold question paper was received by this gang on mobile phone on the morning of 5th of May.
Where do we get that?
Yes, it is there. Let me come back to at page 292 of my second paragraph. Yes, this.
So guys, they are talking about that Telegram video, that paper leak video on the Telegram. So they are talking about it, and they are saying.
Second paragraph at page 292. Allow me to read that. That says it was received on mobile phone by this gang.
When were they received?
They say 5th of May 2024 in the morning, and the students were made in groups, were made to memorize the answers to these questions. This is what the finding is. As a matter of fact, we have a video which was shown to me. It's a Telegram channel where it has been recorded, which is on 4th of May. The question paper and answers were being circulated on a Telegram channel. This has been captured, the date and the Telegram channel we have. And the questions have been matched, the same question.
When were the question papers lodged in the locker?
That they will be able to tell you.
When were the question papers sent to the locker?
Five, 6 days prior to the actual.
Specific date. And second, when were they pulled out of the locker? 2 lockers, right? State Bank of India and Can Bank.
Banks, yes.
Now, when were they pulled out of the locker?
On the date of the exam, that is on 5th minutes.
It's not only the date which is relevant, the time is relevant.
What time was the examination held?
5th minutes.
What time was it held?
2 in the afternoon. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock to 5:20. 3 hours 20 minutes.
Yes.
Now, what time were they pulled out of the locker on the 5th?
Around minutes 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Now, at how many centers in India was the exam conducted?
In India, 4,750 minutes.
4,750 centers. How many? Right. How many cities?
5.
Now, please give us specific.
571 and 15 centers were abroad minutes.
571 cities.
Yes, minutes.
And how many centers abroad?
14 minutes. 14 cities. 14 cities. Centers.
Now tell us, how many students appeared totally?
24 lakhs around minutes. Around 24 minutes.
You have the precise figure?
23 lakhs, 73 lakhs. I'll give you lordships in the
23 lakhs?
33,297. Appeared against registration of 24 lakhs and plus. 72,000 students, my lords, did not take the exam, despite registration.
I agree. NTA is having no idea.
How were the papers distributed abroad?
They were sent minutes. And
when were they sent abroad?
Through the embassies minutes.
And how were they sent to the embassies?
We'll get the details minutes.
Were they sent by the diplomatic bag? Were they sent by courier?
I'll find out minutes and let you.
And
Based on record.
And second, if the now the exam was held in as many as 4,750 centers.
Yes, please.
In 571 cities.
Yes, please.
Right?
Yes, please.
Now, when you say that the two booklets,
yes,
we'll call them,
yes,
A and B, set A and set B.
Yes, please.
They were sent to these cities. When were they sent to these cities?
Yes, please.
When were they sent to these
Approximately about 5
cities? We don't want to tell us the precise dates.
I'll get the exact dates.
When were they and how were they sent to those cities?
Yes, please. I'll get the dates.
Bihar Police
and were they lodged in the State Bank and Canara Bank in each of these cities, or what happened?
Each of the cities minutes they are lodged with the custodians who are minutes Canara Bank and State Bank.
So we want to know on what date were the question papers sent? Where were they? When were they? When the question papers were prepared?
Yes, minutes.
Right? Question papers are prepared by one person or more than one person?
Group of experts. Question papers are prepared at the headquarters.
Where are the headquarters? Delhi.
In Delhi.
So two sets are prepared by two different groups or one group?
NTA's advocate is having no idea. Sorry to say that.
The same group of experts in its prepares two different sets of question papers.
At the headquarters?
Yes, please.
After they are prepared, they are given to the NTA?
Yes, please.
Right. Now, tell us when did the group of persons conduct the, prepare the question papers and give you the question papers?
Dates. I'll get the date.
Right. We want to know what was the date on which these question papers were prepared and given to you.
Yes,
Point one.
Yes, please.
After they were received by NTA, in what custody they were preserved? When did NTA send them to the State Bank of India and Canara Bank to different cities?
In between, printing is there, minutes.
Right.
Printing presses.
So when
are they sent to the printing press?
Which is the printing press?
Yes, minutes. We will get the details.
We want to know which is the printing press.
Yes, please.
When did you send these question papers to the printing press?
Yes, please.
What were the transportation arrangements made for sending them to the printing press?
Yes, please.
When did the printing press, after the printing press prints them, we are now talking of 24 lakhs, 50 lakh sets.
Yes.
Right? Because 24 lakh had, how many sets were printed?
Correct.
And after they were printed, where were they sent? Are they sent back to the headquarters at Delhi?
Yes, please.
Huh?
The remaining sheets,
No.
unutilized ones.
No. After the question paper is sent, it is sent for printing.
Yes.
You have a printing press A.
Yes.
You need not tell us where the printing press is, otherwise next year they will go to that printing press. Now, it is sent to that printing press.
Yes, please.
Right? How is it sent to the printing press? Under what custody?
Yes.
Second, after they are printed, how does the printing press send it back to NTA? Between that date and give us that date, how many days had elapsed between that and the distribution of the question papers to these 471 cities and 4,750 centers?
The entire movement minutes I'll prepare a track. Starting from the preparation of the question paper.
See, I'll tell you why we are asking. If we come to the conclusion that the time lag between the leak and the actual date of the examination is relatively limited, then that would be a circumstance which would militate against holding a retest.
Not.
If the time lag between the leak and the actual examination, Brother Mishram actually mentioned,
is wide, then
is wider, then there's a greater chance that the malaise is across the system.
Correct. I get it, minutes I'll get it.
Very valid point.
It appears that the question papers were leaked on the morning of the 5th. Exam was scheduled at 2 o'clock. Students were made to memorize the questions. That may be one indicator that the leak was not as widespread. Somebody who has a question paper is not going to ask students to sit down and memorize them and give on the spot memorize them. How many answers can a student memorize?
There are two aspects to it.
Therefore, we have to have some clarity on facts for us to understand whether this is so systemic that we must order a retest. See, there are 2 or 3 considerations which weigh. One, if the sanctity of the examination has been lost, then a retest has to be ordered, right?
Yeah.
If we are not able to identify students who are candidates who are guilty of wrongdoing, a retest has to be ordered. if you can't distinguish the grain from the chaff, that is the tainted from the untainted, a retest has to be ordered.
Your Lordship,
On the other hand, right, on the other hand, we are dealing with now a situation of 23 lakh students. It may be far-fetched for us to at least presume, unless they point out material to us, that all 23 lakh students or a substantial number of them are involved in the fraud. For what we know, a large number of students may be just honest students who have appeared for the exam.
large number are honest.
Large number
Therefore, we have to see if, second, what was the modality? One more very important aspect.
Yes,
What was the modality in which the leak was detected? If the leak took place, if the modality of the leak is through electronic means, social media, then there is a possibility that the leak is extremely wide.
Well, that is the point. What your Lordship said is all correct.
Just 1 second.
They leak was through the electronic media.
Matthew, 1 second. Answer this, please. We are flagging these issues. We want you to therefore give us a comprehensive analysis of dates.
Certainly.
Because if the leak is taking place through, say, Telegram, if it is taken through WhatsApp,
that happened.
This is
because
the case.
if it's
Guys, allow me 5 minutes, I'll explain everything.
means of communication, then it spreads like wildfire.
Yes.
On the other hand, we must also balance it out about the time at which the leak takes place. If it's more or less in the morning of the 5th, then the time between when the leak takes place and the students have to go for the examination is very limited.
Lordship, on the time.
This is a hard decision, but there is no
One
choice.
more thing in which we require some assistance from both sides. Please don't treat it as an adversarial litigation. For the reason that whatever view we ultimately take, this view is impacting the lives of 23 lakh students. Second, we want to understand, is it possible for the court to identify red flags? Right? So, can we identify, either we do it or we appoint an expert committee to identify the red flags? I'll give you some examples of red flags. 720 out of 720. Alright, everybody out of who gets 720 is not a fraudster. There may be still people who are extraordinarily bright in that 720 out of 720. But we found that for the previous years, the proportion was very low. Now, this year suddenly it goes up to 67. How many out of those 720 are people from that 1563 who are beneficiaries of the added grace mark?
We have given the details in our counter affidavit.
No.
81 places.
No, we just want you to now put it down on a piece of paper for us. Second, we want to understand this. So, a change in centers is possible, right? A change in centers is possible. Suppose a student, I was just telling my brothers at lunch, suppose a student is registered at Lucknow. Suddenly you find that student has gone from Lucknow to a distant center in UP and gets the 720.
Yes.
Suppose somebody is registered in Ahmedabad and suddenly goes to a fairly distant. So that may be one example.
Consider, yes.
So we can, we will have to do some, if we have to separate the grain from the chaff, we will have to identify certain red flags. That those who fall in that red flag category, we may have to then hold a limited retest for that category alone. Second, is it possible to do, using the cyber forensic unit of, say, the Ministry of Home Affairs or whatever, is it possible to do a data analytics on the entire result and to identify? Now, there may be one category I was thinking, when we were reflecting on this matter, students who get exceptionally high marks in the NEET, but whose performance is not reflected in the 12th. But there again, I'll tell you one thing. 1 second. There again, there's a problem. Students don't study as hard for the 12th as they study for the NEET.
Only one figure may assist your lordship.
Another red flag. Another red flag. A student gets exceptionally high marks in one faculty of science, like say physics or chemistry, but gets 5 marks in the others. So, because it may be unlikely that a student who is doing so brilliantly in one would not have studied at all for the other faculty. So, the only point is that, I'm not sure whether we should be doing this or whether these.
But they have not declared the entire result also.
May I give one?
As Brother Mishra says, does the full marks have a pattern? We also
I wanted to answer that.
We also want to understand. We also want to understand the pattern of NEET itself.
Well, it's the pattern quickly.
Only a minute.
45 questions on physics, 45 questions on chemistry, 45 on zoology and botany. Totally 180. 4 marks.
So 45 questions on physics,
45 on chemistry, 45 on math, on botany, and 45 on zoology.
So 45 times are 4, that is
180. 180 into 4, 720.
Right.
If you get a wrong answer, -1. So therefore, if you had given 179 right answers, your score would have been 720 minus 5, that is 750. Here, there have been answers, scores of 718, 719, which is mathematically impossible. Because you lose for.
Answer was, my lord, that it is because of the grace marks.
No, this is prior to retest. Give me 2 minutes, my lord. Give me 2 minutes.
Submission something.
One second.
Just some figures which are handy, and that might answer. I'm obliged to your lordship's question. It's a very pertinent question. We examine the pattern of 100 top ranking students, those who were in the first 100. The analysis comes that they were distributed amongst 95 centers in 56 cities in 18 states or union territories.
The
top 100.
The top 100.
They are, my lord, found that they appeared in 95 centers located in 56 cities, which are spread out in 18 states or union territories.
And my lord.
Just one second. Now,
page 86 of my reply, page 37 is the.
Now, one more thing which we want to know now is that how many FIRs matter has been handed over to CBI for investigation.
I'll just tell you.
Totally, how many FIRs have been registered?
One FIR was paper leak in Patna. Rest, my lord, are FIRs for some local malpractice, my lord.
How many totally FIRs have been registered?
According to them, 6. Our knowledge is not 6.
Can you give us tomorrow, maybe
or day after, a day more, but we'll be able to.
I have a rough
just 1 second. All right.
I may tell you.
Second, we want to know now. One thing is very clear that the leak has taken place.
Yes, in one center.
No, whether one center that's what we have to decide.
We will have to.
The fact that the sanctity of the examination is now compromised is beyond doubt.
Correct.
That there has been a leak.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Now, question is, Mr. Solicitor, how widespread is that breach?
Patna also, paper leak is not an admitted fact. My learned friend relied upon that press not kind of a thing.
No, it is an admitted fact. It's stated in the affidavit.
Mr. Adumara, 1 second.
Yes.
But can we deny the fact that a leak of question papers took place?
Yes, yes, the
complete cover-up, it is admitted in the FIR.
Bihar police, on that very day on which some news reporting came, which my learned friend Mr. Huda read, we issued this press that this is false. This is not our briefing to the media.
No, but is the case of NTA today that there is no leak?
It's not.
Leak is admitted.
The fact
is admitted in their computer affidavit.
Mr. Solicitor, Mr. Kaushik, we take it that it's an admitted fact that there is a leak. There is no question about it. But, the nature of the leak is what we are determining.
Yes.
Therefore, we are asking questions. The fact that there was a leakage of question papers cannot be disputed. Now, what is the consequence of that leak would depend upon the extensive nature of that leak. If it
was
is
it
not
a contained leak or uncontained?
I'll tell you one thing. You don't cancel a whole examination merely because 2 students have committed a malpractice. Likewise, assuming that there is a leak, we don't live in an ideal world. There should be no leak. But before we decide to order a leak, a retest, we must be careful about what is the nature of that leak, because we are conscious of the fact that we are dealing with the careers of 23 lakhs.
She is absolutely right.
And asking 23 lakh students to reappear for an examination, together with the preparation, cost, travel, and dislocation of admission schedules,
Unfortunately, there is no other choice.
I'll also take.
Unfortunately, there is no other choice. Paper has been leaked.
Now, therefore, we want to know this. Therefore, we would like to know first the entire process which takes place. To what is the nature of the FIRs which have come forth? How was the leak? What is the point of time at which the leak took place? How was the leak disseminated? These are important questions. And next, very important, what are the actions which the Government of India and NTA have taken to identify the wrongdoing students or the beneficiaries of the wrongdoing?
Correct.
None.
May I say? Now, I give an example. I'll just give an example.
I appear for someone who has come first. I'd like to make submission. I'm in 31.9, my lord.
Guys, just wait for it, right? Obviously, judges are asking very genuine questions. They are even mentioning that it is not for 2 students or for 3 students, right? We have to decide the future of 24 lakh aspirants, right? So we cannot just say that Re-NEET should occur and we cannot just avoid it. So they have asked many questions, right, from the NTA side, and they are even asking that who creates the paper, right? And where do they create the paper? And after creating the paper, what do they do, right? When do they send it for the printing, right? And the time span. Okay, they are basically focused on the time span, right? If they are saying that, let's say today we have created the paper, right? Like, let's say I am going to create the NEET paper, right? I am going to write that paper. So I have created it today. Okay, so an exam is there after 1 month. Okay, so they are also going to consider that time period, that whether that time period is sufficient, that that paper leak can be there at a mass level, or is it limited? Okay, so this is what they are talking.
Ultimately lead. But I'll just give an example.
One second, Mr. Solicitor, we also want to know what are the steps which have been taken by the NTA and by the government to identify the beneficiaries of the leaks, because that we have to be ruthless on identifying the beneficiaries.
We also have to be ruthless,
right? Because anybody who has breached the examination is not entitled to be there as a successful student.
Those who are identified, their results are. But give me an example.
How many? We want to know. How many have been identified?
Yes.
But more than how many have been identified, we want to know what was the course of action which was taken by the government.
Lord, kindly allow me to give an example. Lord, for the time being, leave Bihar. I will not call the police also. I will not take instructions. Take for example Godhra. Godhra incident, Lord, it passes on as a paper leak case. It's not a paper leak case. What happened was, there was one superintendent of one particular center called Jai Jalaram School. His name is Tushar Bhatt. Lord, he arranged with certain students that he didn't have the paper. But he said that whatever answers you can confidently answer, you give the answers. These are multiple choice questions with negative marking. And therefore, I would have a window of 3 hours before, after I take your papers back and I seal it and send it to the concerned authority. Fortunately, the authorities, the district magistrate came to know about this. Well, it must have percolated from somewhere. Therefore, the moment examination started, the entire district administration and entire police administration was there. The papers after the examination were taken in their custody, sealed in their presence and sent, and that man was arrested. Now, from his mobile, there were several video chats which were found. And we could identify that these were the people with whom he was in touch. So those identified students, their papers are their results are withheld. And they are issued show cause notices. Why should they not be?
So we want to know totally.
We are not concerned about Godhra, but what we are concerned about Patna. Patna is the leakage. Godhra, we are not complaining. I am only about paper leakage, Patna. Nothing else. All others are minor issues. Impersonation, all are minor issues. Nobody would ask for a cancel of the examination on the basis of that.
Overall in the entire country, how many students whose results have been withheld owing to what we are discussing today? Individual, one student cheating from another student, we are not bothered about that.
Absolutely.
That the law will take its own course.
Yes.
How many students are there whose results have been withheld as a result of the systemic, so we won't say systemic, as a result of the leakage which took place.
Leakage.
So, and where are those students situated? You want to see the geographical distribution of those students. Are they in one state? Are they in multiple states? Where are they situated? And third, now one more thing which we'd like to also dwell on is, the following justice, the order passed by the bench presided over by Honorable Justice Vikramnath in the vacation. 1563 students, there was a retest. That was held on the 23rd of June or 21st of June. 23rd of June.
It has been withheld.
Now, one second. Just tell us for this examination now. Are we still in the process of identifying the wrongdoers in terms of the students? We're not talking of those who are perpetrators, but beneficiaries. Have we been able to completely identify the students who are the beneficiaries, or is that process still ongoing?
Answer is
no.
For instance, one second. For instance, look, if we have no go, we'll have to cancel the exam.
But there has been no effort whatsoever on that side.
As a court,
yes,
this cancellation of a test of this nature, 24 lakh students,
completely agree with
is a matter of extreme last week. It is so because it may be, this
Lordship is absolutely right.
It may be, and therefore we are asking questions about what is the time at which the leakage took place. So that will give us an idea of what was the opportunity for dissemination. What is the modality?
Very pertinent.
Now,
there are 56.
Quick answer if you're not
just one second. Mr. Solicitor, one second. Sir. One second. Just one second.
Everything by day after.
1 second. One more thing I wanted to ask you is that with the kind of technology which we have today at our disposal, and the Government of India has its cyber forensic unit, is it not possible for us to run through the use of experts to bring some sense of confidence to the process? That you carry out a detailed data analytics exercise to see if there are suspicious markers. Now, we have to identify what the suspicious markers are. All right. So, I just want to say one thing. Let us not be in self-denial.
Absolutely.
Right? Because self-denial is only adding to the problems, because now everybody knows there was a leak. So, we have 2 or 3 things. We have to see what happened for this exam, what we do in the ongoing process for the conclusion of this year's admission, and finally, which is the third aspect of the matter which we'll answer, what do we do to ensure that the leak does not take place again in the future, or what are the steps we are taking to ensure that the dissemination in the future does not result in the leaks that we have encountered. On the last aspect, subject to hearing you, there should be a sort of a multidisciplinary committee consisting of the best experts, not necessarily only from the government, but people who have very wide experience and who are respected across the country. Because today we are dealing, I don't have to emphasize it, we are dealing with the most prestigious of educational admissions.
And
every middle class parent, every middle class parents aspires their children to go to medicine or engineering, or now what are we doing to ensure that that this will not happen in future, and how are we planning to tighten the examinations process? is there an audit being conducted by the government on what went wrong in the NTA? That's one aspect. What do we do? There's a third aspect. Second aspect, assuming that we are not going to cancel the entire exam, what do we do between today and the date of admissions to identify those who are beneficiaries of the fraud? And the first aspect, do we cancel the exam or do we allow the counseling to go through by identifying the beneficiaries? And on the first aspect, we'd like to know from the government, what have you done so far to identify those who are beneficiaries of the...
I can assure your lordships one thing. Lord, we are not adversary.
Report to the CBI and Patna police. That is most important. Report to the CBI and the Patna police.
Mr. Solicitor, you know, they have, from what they are trying to emphasize, we find that they place a great deal of emphasis on the fact that in the 20, 21, 22, 23, you had 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2, that is 4 and 1, 5 and 2, 7 students who got 720 out of 720 in 4 years. This year, we have 67 who get 720.
Which, my lord, 6 are from
one second.
We have an answer with satisfaction.
No, I have one more question. What is the, what is the percentile distribution in this exam across categories, not just 720 out of 720?
Few centers.
No. The distribution of marks, is it skewed at the top? In the last year, suppose how many were in the bottom third percentile, in the middle third percentile, in the top third percentile? This year, in the sense that will give us an indicator, was the pattern, was it a paper leak? Was the examination pattern comparatively easier as opposed to the previous year?
We have not correct. We have done the analysis. We'll place it on chart.
So like some other aspect of it.
The chart I have given that answer my lord's query.
To make a small submission.
Last page of one of the 2-page note. The chart I have given that satisfies my lord's query. The marks, my lord, I have compared, given the table. My lord, somebody in 2022 who obtained 700 marks. My lord, may I kindly see this table for a moment? That will throw light on my lord's.
Guys, it's very important. Please listen to it carefully. Please listen to it carefully.
In 2022, his rank was 94.
Right.
In 23, somebody 700, his rank was 247. Then somebody has 700 in 2024, his rank is 2250.
He goes down.
It goes down because there's so many
100% rise.
Why not? Also, there is another aspect.
Another question.
Also, there is another aspect.
One second. How many students appeared in 2022, 23 and 24?
Same number. See, next table is showing it. Next table is showing it, my lord. May I see
the 56 students that are before
the lord, total number of all of them are stoppers. Lord, kindly see the difference.
Lord, also,
hold on.
my lord, also there is another aspect to it.
Guys, it is something very important that they are discussing, okay?
Increase in a very linear fashion.
My lord, there is another aspect to it. In fact, NTA has published several answer keys. My lords, I'd like to point out.
Guys, as of now, they are not saying that there will be Re-NEET, but judges are asking for some information and then they are going to decide, right? They are saying if the paper leak is at mass level, then they have to consider the re-examination. But as of now, they are not going for that because it is the future of 24 lakh aspirants. So they are asking for, some information from the NTA side, right, bache? And they are addressing everything they are addressing. They are also addressing, what has happened in Bihar. They are also talking about the wrong distribution of the paper, and they are also asking that when do they publish, when do that group of experts they form the paper, right, and when paper go for that this printing, and even do the.
I'd also like to point out and
one second. Yes.
May I say something?
May I be able to make a small submission, my lord?
Rest all of them have been meritorious, have scored highest mark in class 10 and 12.
insofar as Gujarat is concerned, in these 56 people that have come before my lord. So this is a case where all of us are facing tremendous mental agony because of this.
That's all right. Now we can leave aside the emotions. You can trust us.
I am saying that out of
What we want to know, Mr. Solicitor, what we want to know is this. We will have these, we'll have these anecdotal, charts like this which are given to us. Please take instructions from the government. Can we not run this through a data analytics program to the cyber forensic unit? You can contact, if the government has that in the Ministry of Home Affairs, so much the better. If you don't have it, you can ask any of our top service providers to find out, because we have to identify whether the skewing of marks is so systemic that the whole examination is affected, or is it possible to identify people who are wrongdoers or likely wrongdoers, in which case a retest can be held for those students only.
I'd like to make a small submission.
Not in a holistic way, but I can assure your lordships about one thing. But we are not adversarial to the petitioners either way. The petitioners who have an apprehension of an all India problem, or petitioners 23 lakhs in number plus, who are feeling insecure because they may have to face another examination. But we are concerned about both the sets, and we will assist your lordships dispassionately. Then whatever your lordships have suggested, I think the solution lies somewhere else.
What we'd like to do, insofar as the petitioners are concerned, all lawyers for the petitioners, please, we'll take it up on Wednesday. We'll give them a day's time. So, Solicitor also wanted 1 day's time. We'll give you a day's time to put your hands together. We want all the lawyers for the petitioners who are asking for a retest, to sit together between now and Wednesday and give us one set of submission. We can't have people, 100 lawyers arguing before us on 100 different grounds. We want you to all sit down. We'll appoint one nodal counsel, as we do in the CB matters.
That's right.
You give us one consolidated submission, say not exceeding 10 pages. We don't mind, it shouldn't exceed 10 pages. While you're pressing for a retest. Likewise, we'll do this. We will ask the government to circulate a comprehensive list of dates and a response to what we have raised.
In the meantime, this CBI directive, because not everything is with CBI. NTA, as we have seen in the reply, they say we do not know whether it was systemic or not. Here, sometimes they completely deny that it will be. So let the CBI file a status report before this honorable court in all 6 FIRs that will place the picture that in which direction the investigation is going.
Not all 6.
Filtration in between. Let the CBI submit a status report.
Let me take instruction from.
You are appearing for the CBI also, Mr.
Let a CBI file a status report.
Why don't you do this? Ask the CBI to file a status report.
On Patna. That's where the leak has occurred. All the rest of the minor issues.
On its investigation, whether it is systemic or whether it is not.
If I have submission for suggestion, if my lord may kindly consider it.
Lord, I'd like to make a small submission, my lord. Here, also the end.
But there is one more suggestion. Lord may kindly consider that.
Change in the answer also.
But in the meantime,
So the order is dictated cabin.
Students, they are, judges are asking one thing, that those who filed the petition for Re-NEET, all that lawyers, they need to sit together and they need to come up with, one notice, they need to compile everything. This is what they are saying. So please pay attention.
Record from the CBI also. And because something will not be made public, how to place it before your lordships, etc. But my lord, can I request, my lord, this is our joint request, that we file everything as suggested by your lordships by Wednesday, and matter can be heard on Thursday. So we are not, nobody takes, is taken by surprise that what is the document. We'll prepare it today, file it by day after. and my lord, we can have.
But that filtration which happens in between, my lord, but the investigating officer is the best person.
No, I'm not on CBI, on overall.
So Wednesday he's saying take it up on Thursday.
Thursday,
Wednesday they will, so you will get 24 hours to study what they are saying.
For placement. And my lord, in the meantime, if my lord may just consider one more aspect. Only that the entire result of 23 lakh odd people be declared on their website. They have not declared that result. We will also analyze the data because they declared the result of 100 people. We could see that 6 people who secured rank 1 are from the same center.
It is declared.
No, you will be able to see.
Also,
They are not comprehensively published.
It is declared on the website.
Lord, I'd like to make a small submission.
Declared.
You made your point. Let's hear Mr.
Same center, the people, student got the same marks 720 and 726, Lordship. One center, Lordship.
From the same center,
720, 720.
Maybe allowed.
Yes.
How is it possible, Lordship? This is my question is that.
People, one center in higher.
Lordship, my second question is, all our sheets are different and result is a different, Lordship. How is it possible, Lordship?
Declare the entire result. We will analyze the data that are on the resources.
Answer keys for the same OMR scheme.
Also permitted to upload above.
For multiple answer keys for one single question.
After issuing the notification.
It has been published by the NTA on its website.
NTA opened up on the 8th of April for enlisting students, my lords, on a 24-hour window on the 9th and the 10th of April, my lords.
And change of answer also. They have changed the answer also.
Now this is very
They changed the answer.
My second, and then the second question that why the NTA has declared the result the 4th June, my lord. That is a question that already, my lord.
3 answer keys for the same set of question paper. How can NTA publish that? NTA also should be investigated.
These are there. How many total?
1,10,000. 1,10,000 approximately.
One next,
Of which 50% is government.
1 lakh and plus.
How many?
1,08,000 something is the exact figure.
56,000 is the government seat. The entire bundling is on the government. So
Guys, they are picking up everything they are picking up about the, answer key and all.
My lordship, it's my humble request. The data which is come out, so it will be important that this please come out with complete PDF and OMR sheet status.
My lord, on VC, I may be allowed to make a small submission of 30 seconds.
The portal which is opened on the 9th of
9 April.
Sir, my lordship, the portal is opened on 9th April 2024. It's my humble request, please give the clear data to find out so that we can.
my lords, why the window was open on 8th and 9th? What was the reason?
2 days, sir. Only 2
And
days.
what was the result? Because this is the only difference.
My lord?
We have identified 1,560.
The candidates who are appealing.
Just we'll flag something and we'll now place it on Thursday. We'll just give some direction to the matter, so we'll be able to focus on what we want.
My matter. Notice maybe you should do that.
Yes, we hear you. We're not going to be.
So that we can
On 9 February 2024.
Guys, we are not going to get any final verdict today. It may be on Thursday. Okay.
National Testing Agency, into brackets NTA, issued an online application form for the National Eligibility cum Entrance Test, into brackets NEET UG, bracket 2024. Full stop. NTA conducted the NEET UG examination on 5 May 2024. Full stop. Results were declared on 4th June 2024. Next.
on 5 May 2024, from the material which has emerged on the record at the present stage, it appears that on 5 May 2024, a first information report bearing FIR number 358/2024 was lodged at PS Shastri Nagar, Patna, alleging a leak in the NEET UG 2024.
Listen to it very carefully, guys. It will clear all your doubts.
Implicating offences under sections 407, 408 and 409, read with section 120B of the Penal Code. Full stop. On 23 June 2024, the Economic Offences Unit of Bihar Police issued a press release noting that in connection with the above FIR, 13 persons, including candidates and members of, and into inverted commas, members of the organized gang of examination leak.
Sorry, I should not interrupt. This is what I gave to the lordships. This is not true. That is what the Bihar police on that very day clarified.
Where is that clarity?
I had just given.
No, not that. My friend is wrong.
This is what
No.
Bihar police clarified.
No, you are trying to cover up.
So this is on that very day published, my lord, by the Bihar police. This is with regard to the news report of NEET UG exam published in the Sunday Express newspaper dated 23rd June. On its front page with the headline, Bihar police puts...
So this press release is not an official press release?
No, that's what the Bihar police clarifies.
It's on their website.
Kindly read it further, my lord.
Sir.
Paper leak in the... I run it from FES, my lord, for Bihar. He handed this over to me just now, my lord. In the news item, the undersigned has been wrongly quoted and the name has been mentioned at least 3 times in the news item by the correspondent so-and-so. Whereas the matter of fact is that no such brief had been given by the undersigned to him in this regard, and neither the concerned correspondent ever contacted me before attributing the quote to the undersigned. No official press release or statement in this matter had been issued. This irresponsible act of correspondence is against
According to the petitioners, on 23 June 2024, a press release was issued by the Economic Offences Unit of the Bihar Police, setting out in regard to the paper leak which had taken place. On the other hand, from a communication dated 23 June 2024 addressed by the Additional DGP Economic Offences Unit, it has been stated that no official press release or statement
That's an act of cover-up.
had been issued by the Bihar Police. Full stop. Be that as it may, in this batch of petitions, one of the primary reliefs which has been sought is for a court-mandated retest of the entire process which took place, culminating in the examination which was conducted on 5 May 2024. Full stop. In support of the case, of their case, the petitioners have relied on two primary circumstances. First, it has been submitted that before that, you can just say, the NEET UG 2024 examination consisted of multiple choice questions involving a total of 180 questions. Full stop. Each of the 180 questions carried 4 marks, making for a total of 720 marks for the examination. 45 marks each were allotted to the segment.
So guys, they are basically discussing all the pointers, right? So if you will listen to it, you will get the gist of all the discussion. Okay?
Geology and botany.
Zoology. Physics, chemistry,
It's
botany and zoology. Full stop. The examination envisaged award the marks of one negative mark
Per wrong answer.
per wrong answer. Next. In support of the plea that the court should direct a re-examination, the petitioners
yes,
have
students.
primarily relied on 2 circumstances. First, it has been submitted that that candidates securing the maximum of 720 marks were confined to a few students, between 2020 and 2023. In 2020, as opposed to this, in the NEET UG 2024, as many as 67 candidates are reported to have secured a maximum of 720 marks.
Guys, you will get the gist of the topic, so listen to it.
Highlighted by reproducing the chart which has been placed during the course of the hearing. A copy kar dijiye, haan? The above chart indicates that while one student in 2020, 3 students in 2021, 1 student in 2022, and 2 students in 2023 secured the maximum marks, there has been a radical increase in the students securing the maximum of 720 marks in 2024. Full stop. Apart from the second submission, proceeds on a comparative tabulation of the ranks which were allotted to students in 2022, 2023 and 2024.
For me, most important, the leak has happened. That is a core.
The second, the above submission is sought to be highlighted from the following tabulated chart. वो भी डाल दीजिए इसमें, BB. The above chart indicates that students receiving a specific level of marks between 539 and 700 who had secured a particular rank in 2022 secured lower ranks in 2023 and a radically lower rank in 2024. No. Same marks, same level of marks. Not same school. We'll stop. Next. In considering whether, before that you can say, it is certain basic facts which are not in dispute need to be alluded to. Full stop. About 24 lakh students registered for the NEET UG examination, which was to be conducted in the month of May 2024. Full stop. About 23.33 lakh students, correct?
Yes, sir.
Appeared for the 23 lakhs 33,297 students. वो क्वेश्चन ये बताइए क्या फिगर क्या है? 23 lakhs 23,290 students, 297 students appeared for the examination. The examination was conducted at 4750 centers comprised within 571 cities. Full stop. The examination was also held in 14 cities overseas. Full stop. The total number of seats, medical seats.
Guys, they are considering everything, right? They are even talking about the number of students, their ranks, their marks, and they are also noticing that in the last year, like, you know, the students who are scoring 700 marks, they were having better rank. This year it is not like that. So everything they are considering, right? Everything they are considering, and even they are considering that in comparison to that, the number of medical seats, the MBBS seats, they are very less. Okay.
Tentatively, at the present stage, the court has been apprised of the fact that the court has been apprised of the fact that first information reports were registered in Patna, Delhi, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, and Maharashtra. Correct? Full stop. Whether the FIRs in relation to the paper leak is only confined to Patna, yes, or otherwise, is a matter which would have to be reserved for a more detailed elaboration, detailed consideration. Full stop. The above narration indicates that the examination was conducted over a wide spectrum comprising of nearly 23 lakh students spread over 4,750 centers in India. Full stop. Before the court can be full stop. The law on whether a retest should be ordered in a situation such as the present is based on fairly settled parameters. Full stop. The court would have to scrutinize on the basis of the data which has emerged on the record whether, bracket 1, a breach in the sanctity of the examination has taken place, whether, bracket 1, the alleged breach has taken place at a systemic level or at a systemic level, semicolon, bracket 2, whether the breach is of a nature which has affected the integrity of the entire examinations process, and 3, whether it is possible to segregate the beneficiaries of the fraud from the untainted students. Full stop. In a situation where the breach in the sanctity of an examination affects the entirety of the process And it is not possible to segregate those who are the beneficiaries of wrongdoing from others, it may be necessary to order a re-examination. On the other contrary wise, where the breach is confined to specific areas or centers, and it is possible to identify those who are beneficiaries of wrongdoing, it may not be appropriate to order a retest, particularly in an examination which has been conducted on such a massive scale, involving over 23 lakh students. Involving such a large body of students who would have appeared, who have studied for the examination, undertaken costs and expenses, and would have to undergo the rigors of a fresh examination if it were to be ordered by the court. Next. While flagging these issues, while flagging the above issues, we are of the view that a view on the merits would have to be deferred until further facts are placed on the record before this court. Full stop. For that purpose, we intend to direct the National Testing Agency to make a full disclosure before the court. Full stop. The disclosure which we are intending to require can broadly be classified into three aspects. The first aspect pertains to the nature of the leak, the places where the leak took place, and the lag of time between the occurrence of the leak and the conduct of the examination. On this, from this perspective, NTA is directed to clarify on the basis of the material which is in its possession as of date on the following issues. Bracket 1. When the leak of the question papers has first taken place.
Guys, it's important. Please listen to it.
The manner in which the question papers were leaked, were disseminated. Semicolon, bracket 3. The duration between, the time duration between the occurrence of the leak and the actual conduct of the examination, which took place at 2 p.m., between 2 p.m. and 5:20 p.m. on 5 May 2024. The second, while making the full stop, on the above aspect, we are also of the view that since the investigation has been entrusted to the CBI, a status report should be filed by the investigating officer before this court, indicating the status of the, indicating
only that's it.
The status of the investigation up to date and the material which has come to light during the course of the investigation. but one may when the leak first was first noticed earlier. The investigating officer shall, in particular, indicate to this court, shall place before this court material which has been gathered during the course of the investigation, which would have a bearing on when the leak is alleged to have first taken place, and the modalities in which the leaked question papers were made available. Full stop. On the second perspective, the second aspect on which NTA shall make a disclosure to this court is in regard to the steps which have been taken so far for identification of the beneficiaries of the leak. This regard, the court should be apprised inter alia of the following, bracket 1. How many students, what were the steps which were taken by NTA to identify the centers, stroke cities at which the leak took place, 2, the modalities followed for identifying the beneficiaries of the leak, and 3, the number of students who have so far been identified to be the beneficiaries of the leaked question papers. Likewise, the investigating officer
needs a stroke authority, because identification may not be within our.
The above information, I'll clarify while editing. I'll put it so that it will be more the Ministry of Home Affairs or some other.
But the leak will be at one place. At how many centers the leak paper has been made available? Because the leak will be in the entire system at one point.
No, we have said that dissemination also we have said. The investigating officer shall also submit a status report bearing on the above aspects.
Yes. Well, it's one point.
The third aspect on which it is necessary to have a further disclosure by the union government as well as by NTA. We'll say union government and NTA, is whether it is possible by the union government and NTA, is whether it would be is on whether
technically feasible.
Yeah, whether it would be feasible, using data analytics, either within the cyber forensic unit or any other expert agencies within or which may be employed by the government to identify cases where suspect cases will stop. For instance, these cases may involve full stop. This may be if this is possible, the authorities shall identify before the court the modalities which can be followed so as to segregate the tainted from the untainted students. Next, the third aspect on which we would require a disclosure is in regard to the modalities to be followed between the conclusion of the examination, including the retest which was held for 1563 students, and the actual commencement of the counseling process. Full stop. If an exercise is to be conducted by the NTA and by the union government so as to deduce any further beneficiaries of the question paper leakage, a considered decision at the policy level would have to be taken by the government on whether counselling should be allowed to proceed in the meantime or otherwise.
May not say that.
On the status of the counselling. Fourthly, the court is concerned about the steps which should be taken thereafter to ensure the sanctity of the national eligibility cum entrance test, so that such instances which have transpired during the course of the present session are not repeated in the future. In this regard, just 1 second please. In this regard, it would be necessary for the government to consider setting up a multidisciplinary team consisting of renowned experts who command the wider confidence of the community to ensure that due measures are being taken to obviate any further breaches in the NEET in the future. Full stop. If a committee has already been set up by the government for deducing the steps to be taken for the future, full details shall be made available to the court. Full stop. The court may then consider whether the committee which has been constituted by the government should be allowed to proceed as it is, or whether the composition of the committee should be
enhanced.
It is only
sufficiently enhanced to bring so as to bring together a pool of talent from diverse fields, bearing not only on administration but also on domain expertise and data analytics. So,
I have only one sanction.
Solicitor General and Mr. Kaushik, Learned Senior Counsel Solicitor General appearing for the Union of India, and Mr. Kaushik, Learned Senior Counsel appearing for the NTA, have requested the court to place the further hearing on Thursday ka date so as to enable them to make their to file the material in pursuance of the above queries by 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Full stop. The affidavit shall be shared with counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioners simultaneously. The report of the investigating officer of the CBI shall also be placed on the record in the meantime.
May I be only permitted to say one aspect?
So, I'll tell you why. Let there be, the reason why we are asking for this disclosure, whatever view we ultimately take, let there be confidence in the community that
absolutely.
We are not very.
I have only one survey.
Your lordship's views.
Applications are allowed, not the entire. Can I make one? May I request a copy with?
Guys, listen to it very carefully, please.
View of the large number of counsel who are appearing on the side of the petitioners, we have requested that it has been agreed who will be the nodal counsel.
Whosoever not. Whosoever not. Mr. Subhik Sharma,
independently sometimes.
Shall act as nodal counsel. All the counsel for the petitioners who are desirous of pressing their submission for a retest shall file a common set of submissions not exceeding 10 pages before the hearing takes place on Thursday ka date.
My lords, kindly allow the implement application, my lord.
The petitioner on this side, my lord, can it be also be?
Time of loss.
On the petitioner on this side. So there's a fact that you are
supported by these.
I appreciate that. I also want to get out the fact that happened in our case. All cases where they
Why didn't you do this? Give us a short one-page note. That will be more.
Very well.
And as wherever your lordships have said petitioners, there are transfer petitions where we are essentially respondents.
And this is beyond the leak, my lord. Beyond the leak also.
Yes, my lord. There is also a section.
They have changed the answer also.
they have changed answer of one question and allotted the number by that.
Yes, my lord. In fact, it's happened in my case also, wherein there are 3 answers.
Mr. Solicitor, we have not specifically in our order included the red flags. If you can just
have understood,
right. I deliberately didn't put it into our order, but you can just see whether there are some cases like that which you can identify. See, so that then.
We have filed.
I'd like to place.
It has been served. Perhaps they are not given copies. The other ones who are intervening or etc.
But what we would suggest is what you give us on Thursday, and one more thing, what you give us on Thursday, make it comprehensive so that we don't have to wait through your counters and everything. We just look at that basically.
And as may I make one small request, some of us are
We've now chalked out our roadmap. If we can, using whatever technology, common sense, and our understanding of the law, identify the wrongdoing students, we then don't have to ask 23 lakh students to again appear for the exam. If we have no other go, of course we are there too.
Kindly allow the implement application.
For us to file that one page, our diary number to be recorded.
That matter, NEET matter.
My lords,
All right. Yes, there are 3 other matters which we have to take. Sorry.
Our diary number made noted.
All right. Any other fresh matters on NEET which were not on board?
Yes, sir.
After that, you can give the matters numbers to the court master. He will bring them on board.
My lords, kindly allow the implement application.
One more thing, Mr. Solicitor. Has everybody served their petitions on the council database?
But we have not received replies, my lords.
All right, one second. The council appearing for all the petitioners, council appearing for all the petitioners, interveners, shall serve copies. On whom should we say?
Central, MK Maroria.
On Shri MK Maroria, and Mr. Vardhaman Kaushik, counsel appearing, counsel instructing the Solicitor General and Mr. Kaushik, R.C. Kaushik respectively. The 2 counsel appearing on behalf of the 2 counsel, Mr. Maroria and Mr. The Union of India and the NTA shall prepare a tabulated statement indicating for each petition, tabulated statement grouping the petitions into distinct categories so as to facilitate disposal. So what you can do is those which are asking for a retest, you can put in one category. Then individual grievances, then we'll see whether those grievances can be entertained, whether we ask you to look into it, what to do. But we'll have one tabulated chart on petitions.
Make it easier.
Hello, may I just request one indulgence?
That's why we said. Therefore, you serve a copy on the solicitors.
They have changed answer also. They have changed answer of the one question and has given the more marks to the 13,000 students. The created problem for ranking is concerned.
So students, see.
This is nothing. Therefore, those petitions you may have to delink. They are individual petitions. Those are individual petitions where you say you have a medical condition, you should have been given extra time. We'll deal with it separately. It does not deal with the sanctity of the examination. That's individual petitions.
This order should not be deemed to be as restricting only to the case of leak, because between the...
Not at all. In fact, that's why we finally says it.
So for the reason, my lords, on the 8th, while the exam was announced for the 5th, my lords, of May, on the 8th of April, overnight, my lords, they brought about a notification that there will be a window open for students who could not register for the exam way back on 16th of March. Now, this window that they opened, my lords, is absolutely difficult to understand.
So, more students registered.
And 25,000 and more.
That we can now.
Hello, I am appearing in item. Request for 1 second of indulgence.
Look, there are more students registering, etc. How can we?
No, my lords, with utmost respect, because the initial advertisement.
We'll hear you on that. We'll hear you on that.
The entire result, the entire comprehensive result should be put on the website. Right now, what's happening is individual results only are put up, so somebody has to go. So we can't.
Mr. Kaushik, Mr. Kaushik, the entire result, except for those which you have, we will say that these results shall not give rise to any equities or legal rights. But you must at least now upload the result.
Yes, the entire results,
The result is
comprehensive.
the revised,
Data science can work here.
1 second.
the revised result of 1563 and the rest of the persons all has been uploaded on 30th.
No. Individually.
But do you have
They have
uploaded?
So that is why we can't use data science. That's the problem. If they are deliberately keeping under wraps.
Lord, this would, your lordships may take a call on that on Thursday. But there is something.
We'll apply our mind carefully on.
Please, my lord, kindly, my lord.
My lord, the NPA has also moved some draft. My lord, the NPA is.
Maybe the track record of the toppers that you also looked at it, John.
Students, right, they are considering the matters like, where the paper leak, the loss of time and everything, but when the individual, petitions are there, so court will hear it, but not today. This is what they are saying.
Permission, the reason we kept your matter today was, now, we knew that we can't take it up today, but what is the scope now of this all India judges?
I appear in item 35. My IA alone has been.
Only his IA is there.
So what's happened was your lordships have put it up for compliance today. Your lordships, orders for the past 2 years have not been complied with. At least 8 or 9 states have not released pension and allowance arrears, even though your lordships on multiple occasions extended the time limit for payment of those allowances. So, that's not been complied.
Should we just take up on Thursday the issue of compliance?
That's right. Thursday. So that's also far as compliance is concerned.
Compliance.
On the main issue, there was only one substantive issue.
Pension.
It's pension, old pension scheme versus new pension scheme. That is a very substantive issue, and that because there are
How long will we take on that?
all the submissions that are compiled and have been put in. I will take about 2-3 hours to explain the consequences of shifting from the old, and also to explain why
we have to take it up on a Tuesday. I think
we will have to add.
Yes.
There's substantial argument from the state and
So we will take it up on a Tuesday. So this, what we do is today we keep your matter on Thursday, only for compliance of the payment of allowances, etc. by the state. That division has no role.
For 124 order. For
124 order. So we keep that on Thursday too. We take up the issue of compliance.
There is an IA listed today, means there is an IA listed today. There is a fresh IA listed today.
They have passed the circular ballot only to the ballot order.
That's right.
That is what Parmeshwar is also arguing. No difficulty.
Today there is an IA minutes that the superannuation. The High Court has submitted an application with your lordships, and also the state government has given its willingness that it could be extended. It only requires your lordship's information. That could be taken up on Thursday.
It will be taken up on Thursday.
Just surprise us on Thursday. The fag end of the day.
Thursday.
Take it up on Thursday.
Otherwise, they'll be
Five numbers just give. I think Chetan.
Yes, we'll give that.
Whatever fixes time.
We'll take it up on Thursday.
Yeah, your lordship. This refers to the National Commission, your lordship. Thank you so much for giving time.
Yes,
It refers to the National Commission on Allied Healthcare Professionals. It was already notified in 2021.
And we had issued notice in this 22nd.
Your lordship, it was issued. The notices were issued in September last year.
What has happened now?
But till now, about 19 states, parties have not even entered appearance, your lordship. And only 6 have only just filed their, 6 states have actually filed their replies so far.
So students, finally, right, so you have to wait for another 2 days, right? On Thursday, they are going to further hear the matter. And as per, if I talk about the conclusion of this hearing, I'll put a separate video on that too. But as of now, what Supreme Court, but the judges are saying, they are saying that, they need to check that at what level that paper has been leaked. Okay, if it is at mass level, if the data analysis, they cannot provide us the solution, if they cannot check that suspicious activity, if they cannot, indicate indicate the red flags, right? If they cannot provide the information related to that, and if they'll provide the information in which it is clear that, you know, paper leak is at a mass level and we cannot you know, chase that perpetrators, and we cannot figure out who's beneficiary, who's not, so then they are okay in conducting the Re-NEET also. But it is about the, right, it is about the future of 24 lakh aspirants. So judges are not in the favor to give the verdict that Re-NEET should be there. So they are again asking NTA, right, for some information. They are asking the CBI's investigating officer to, you know, present their whatever they got so far in front of that before that judges, and moreover they are asking all that petitioners, right, those who have filed the Re-NEET, they are asking all that advocates to compile their whatever points they have, to compile it, to present it in the form of in a tabulated form, and it should not be more than 10 pages, and judges will look into it and then they will say, right? And for the next hearing, they don't want, you know, any arguments that, you know, any counter argument or something. They're asking for the submission of the documents by which they can just read it and they can just analyze what is happening. And even they are also discussing this thing, that what are the steps that NTA is going to take for the NEET 2025, right? Just to ensure that there is no paper leak. So just wait, right? Within half an hour, I'll put a summary video, guys, right? And I'll tell you what is going to happen. And one thing again, I would like to mention is that please students, start revising properly if you are targeting the NEET examination only, right? Open up your books and please start revising. So in that video,